Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today we're gonna take a look at the T-127, the premium Russian Tier 3 light tank. Is it worth getting? Well, let's take a look at it, shall we? The T-127 is a, like I said, light tank, but it is fairly well armored because of the sloping. As you can see, it's quite sloped, and it has the sloping on the sides as well here. And even the sides, as you can see, are sloped. So even though the side armor is only 30, it's still 30mm sloped. So at least this part is. That's pretty well armored for a Tier 3. You know, it's not like nobody will pen it. However, I have a replay that will show you that this is the perfect counter for autoloaders, like low tier spray and pray guns. This thing will chew those people up. If they don't have gold that they're shooting, most of them will just bounce on this tank, and you can really take the beating and just shoot the crap out of them, really. So let's take a look at the stats here. 250 horsepower engine, top speed 38. It will cruise at above 30. It's not a slow tank. It's not, you know, it's not fast. It's not a locust or anything like that, but it will definitely get you to the battlefield in time, and usually one of the first, so it's pretty good. Hull armor, like I said, 40 and 30 all around. It's pretty well armored. I mean, the back, even if you look at it, if they're shooting from you at the back, this is still sloped. I mean, this is probably not very thick, I don't know from the top of my head, but it's still sloped. Lower plates, pretty sloped as well. So, all around, this thing is pretty well armored, and it will definitely bounce shots left and right. I'm not saying it will continuously bounce everyone, but it will bounce quite a bit. Now, the gun is where you have a little bit of a drawback, I guess, on this tank, although it's not a bad gun by any means. Rate of fire is good, 26.25. The average pen, 51, is most of the time more than enough. Average damage of 46 is pretty good. It's not bad, it's not great, but it's pretty good. Dispersion, that's where things get a little bit bad. 43, it's not the most accurate. Aim time 2.1 seconds. Make a little asterisk here, we'll get to that in the video as well, and I'll explain it briefly. Best tank to compare this thing with, the LTP. It gets the same gun as the LTP, as you can see. And the overall shape and armor is very similar to the LTP. Now, if you like the LTP, you'll like this thing even more. If you hated the LTP, you'll probably still like this thing, because I hated the LTP. This thing is just better than the LTP in pretty much everything, in every respect. Modules, I would recommend getting improved vents and a enhanced gun laying drive, if you can afford it. I have one laying around, so. And I went with a spall liner because it's for its tier, fairly well armored, and this will give me 20% extra armor against high explosive. So against derps and stuff, you just have better survivability, which is something I kinda like to have. So, you know, that's why I got that. What else? View range 320. For its tier, it's not bad. It's not a great view range, but for its tier, it's not bad. Anything else? Cruise skills. Well, I went with smooth ride and snapshot because I just need to get those shots in, and the rest with camo. Oh, one pro tip before I forget. As you can see, I have camouflage on my tank, right? What I did is all I bought was the camouflage for summer. The only maps you'll get onto with this tank is summer. You don't need to buy the desert or the winter camo. This will save you some gold, or credits if you just do the credit ones, but yeah, keep that in mind. Just the summer is all you need. So, I think that's enough talk. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Now, actually, before we do, let's take a look at my service record on this thing. T-127. I have a 65% victory ratio in it, in 82 battles, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory as to how good this thing works. Maximum experience 1100, maximum kills 5. I haven't gotten the top gun on this thing yet. You know, it's low tiers. it's difficult to get a top gun because everyone just derps around everywhere. Yeah. Maximum damage just shy of 1,000. I was destroyed 35, but look at this. I have killed 148 people in 82 battles. Does that show you anything? My destruction ratio is 4. My damage ratio is 2.6. I'm doing amazing in this thing. Well, not amazing, but 400 average experience on a tier 4. That's pretty good. Damage cost 435. Again, I'm only doing 45 damage per shot, so this is 10 damage shots average per game. Damage received 165. Well, that's quite a bit less than I'm causing, so I'm doing good. Enemies destroyed 1.8, very good ratio. Spotted 1.3, that's still a good ratio. Specific damage 1.7, really good ratio. Average experience without premium, it's actually 5 points less. Okay. Average distance driven, average woodcuts. Why the hell does it even keep track of that? Average spawning damage, HE damage. So fired and received. My average HE received is not a whole lot. Average penetrations 11. So yeah. Average hits received 10. Average penetrations received 4. So I take 10 hits on average per game and only 4 of them pen. That should already show you that here I ricochet 6 hits per game on average. This thing is a bouncy castle. It really is. It's pretty good for its tier. So let's take a look at a replay. Yeah, replay my T-127. If you're wondering if this tank is any good, well, I'm gonna show you all the strengths and weaknesses in this one particular replay. So, you know, stay tuned. The gun on this thing is not very accurate. It really isn't, and it suffers from the Russian syndrome, as I like to call it, which means that the initial zoom in is excessively long for some reason. After that it's fine, but yeah, that one missed. In the beginning here I'm gonna have some issues with some people in the bloody way. Put 2 shots into him. Once it's fully zoomed in, the gun is reasonably accurate, but if it isn't, it really is bad. I have no idea. I think that shot went underneath my tracks there. No, great, a T-18. The tank I really don't want to meet. I hate that thing. Not perfect shots out of this one. So, here we go. The armor on this tank. We just suffered a buttload of hits from that PZ2G and didn't take a single point of damage. Light Vickers Mark 1C. Nothing. More shots from him. Nothing. Well, that was a 40 shot. That's right, yeah. There we go. Flat level plate. He actually pinned one. Yeah, and sadly he's dead. Yeah, that tank. Put a shot into him. Backed off. We're even bouncing on our engine deck here. Trying to turn around. We haven't taken a lot of damage there. Some, but manageable. Shot goes low, dang it. Put one into his lower plate. LTP here, put one in. LTP is pretty much the same tank as this one. The T-127 just gets the slightly better stats all around pretty much. So if you're looking for a fun tank, I definitely recommend this thing. It is a lot of fun. And it's quite a strong tank for its tier. It really is. It gets preferential matchmaking, so it never sees tier 5. Only sees tier 4. It's a tier 3 tank, by the way, in case you didn't know. So we got him on the ropes. Put another one into him. Nope, we'll miss. Try again. Bounce. Dang it, somebody else takes him out. Artillery. Okay. Well, I'm too lazy to turn around, but there you can see that that first shot is almost a guaranteed miss, or you spend about 5 seconds waiting for the dang thing to zoom in. And the driver's out, so let's get my driver back in. And this is looking pretty good for us. It's not the fastest tank, but it's definitely not the slowest either. So yeah, if you've played the LTP, this is pretty much the working version of the LTP. The fun version, LTP, I really hated that thing. I did terrible on it, couldn't ever get a good game on it. This thing with the preferential matchmaking and the gun that it gets and the armor and all that, it just works. It really does. I have a insanely high, well not insanely, but a pretty damn good victory ratio on it. I think it's near 70% now. 68 or something. It is pretty damn good in over 70 games. Or something like that. Well, but yeah, this tank is really, really good. However, it's not a moneymaker. Keep that in mind. It will net you some money, but it's not a moneymaker. So if you're looking for a moneymaker, this tier is not what you're looking for. Ah, so close. Let's take a look at the stats. So, here we have the stats. Let's go back to the first page here. Mastery badge 2nd class. We got a cool headed and a steel wall. Yeah. Now, for steel wall, in order to get it, you must get 1,000 potential damage and survive. The problem is, the potential damage doesn't seem to work for some reason on either this replay or in general on WOTreplays.com. So, I can't show you the potential damage, but we can do some calculations. So, it's fine. Surprisingly, we got top experience in our team. Gee, what a shocker. Followed by a PC Camouflage auf 1C. Yeah, I did quite a bit more damage than most people on my team. Yeah, not a shocker that I got top experience, but that's not the point here. We fired 30, hit 22, pen 17. Yeah, the accuracy, as I mentioned before, is not great, especially that first shot. Damage 600, hits received 117, penetrations 22. Most of those were into my track. Non-pens 95. Now, like I said, the damage blocked by armor is not showing for some unknown reason, which really sucks because it was quite huge. So let's take the hits received, 117. If my calculator here wants to work. There we go. So 117 times what will say 9 damage per shot. Let's keep it low. Even then, so if all of these hit me and didn't pen, that would be 1,053 potential damage. But most of those do more than 9 damage. So I think in total I had about 1,800, maybe even 2,000 potential damage in this game. I got shot a lot by a whole bunch of people, not just one person. It wasn't just one of the autoloaders, it was multiple. So yeah, this thing can bounce. We damaged 6, we destroyed 4, a little bit of spotting damage, and without premium this would have been 11.8k profit. So yeah, it does make a profit, you know, but it's not great. And the consumables were on sale, otherwise this would have been another K1.5 for 3k total. So it would have made about 10k profit. It's, you know, it's not bad, but that's having a pretty damn good game. Not the best ever, but a pretty damn good game will net you about 10k profit without the event stuff going on. So with premium, yeah, you can make about 20k, close to it, if you do good. So yeah, it will net you some money. It's not fast, and you're probably better off with a tier 5 premium, because this is like what you get in a pretty shitty game, and then it goes up to about 20k in a good game, non-premium. So yeah, but this was with premium due to the event, so we made 18.9k profit and walked away with a total of 5,810 experience. Yeah, it worked. So that's the T-127 for you. It's a pretty good tank, it's a lot of fun to drive, and it works pretty damn well. It's just not a massive money maker, but it's pretty fun. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.